Now, okay. My name is Anurag Gupta. I'm your trainer for this course. I'm from Code It Down. Okay. So let's start with the queues. Can anybody tell us means what you know about the queue? Is anybody there who knows something about the queue data structure? FIFO. Aryan is saying FIFO. First in, first out. Okay. Umang is saying last in, first out. Vaibhav is saying first in, first out. Okay. First in, first out, first in, first out, first in, first out. Okay. Yes, it is a first in, first out data structure. What it means? It means the data that has entered in our data structure first, in our linear data structure first. It will be if you want to delete if you want to delete some data from our list of our from our data structure, the data that has entered at the starting will be out at the first. It means first in, first out. Okay. Let me draw it something. Let's say, okay, I'll be using OneDrive for it. Okay, that one note for it. Last in, last out. Yes, you can say last in, last out. Yes, means if you have entered last, you will be out last. Okay, let's say a queue is there. Okay, let's say there is a queue, and let's say one resource is being placed here. Let's say I'm saying it's R. R is a resource, and I'm saying there are processes P1. I'm giving you an example as well. Let's say in our computer only one resource is there, a resource R, and there are three processes. Let's say this process P1, P2, and P3, and all these three processes what wants, they all wants to they all want some perform some operation on this resource. Means they all want to allocate, means they all want to do something on this resource. Okay, so what is the means problem with this resource is this resource can work with only one process at a time, not with more than one process, because this is only one instance of this process. Okay, so let's say this process has requested for this resource as 0.1 zero. Let's say it's at 1 millisecond, it's at 2 millisecond, it's at 3 millisecond. Okay, so what our computer will do, there will be some set of programs that will allocate this resource to this process. What it will do, it will just check whether which resource resource has requested to which process has requested for this resource at the first. So it will check that yes, this resource this process has requested for this resource at the very first position. After this process has requested, so it will first allocate this resource to P1. If P1 completes its work, and P1, what P1 will do, P1 will just remove that resource. Means P1 has done its work already. So P1 will just free this resource. What happens? P1 completes. Now P2 turn of P2 comes. What P2 will do? P2 will just, now what our program will do? Program will just allocate this resource to P2. Okay. Once P2 completes its task, what happens next? Let's say P3 comes. Now what our program will do? Program will allocate P3 to this resource. Okay, is that fine? What it means? It means that it has came to at 1 millisecond, after 2 millisecond, 3 millisecond, means they all were in the queue, and P1 came first in that queue. Because of that, P1 gets the resource R first. After that, P2 gets. After that, P3 gets. What it means? First in, first out. P1 came first. P1 outs first. P2 came after P1. Then P2 get executed. P3 came after P2. Then after P2, P3 get executed. Is that fine? The concept. Let's say you're standing one very famous example of queue data structure. Let's say you're standing in a queue. You want to buy some tickets for a movie, and what you go? One person came and suppose he's buying a ticket for some movie, and at the same time another person came after that person. What he will do? He will just stand at the back of that person. Once the person at that counter, if he completed his work, means if he bought the ticket, he will be out, and the second person that has came after that, next his term will come. So he'll keep buying the ticket. Okay, so the data structure moves like this. The value that came first will be out first. The After that, the value that came after that, it will be out after that. Okay, I hope now concept is clear of data structure queue. Okay, can somebody confirm it on the group chat, or do anybody is having any other idea, means any other good example, or he or she want to share something? Please, you can share that. Or should we move further? I'm waiting for your responses. If you say yes, it is clear, then I'll move further. Aryan is saying yes, it is clear. That's good. Okay, so let's say okay, Santhi Swarup is saying that it is clear. That's good. Okay, so what I'll do? Okay, lots of responses coming that it is clear. That's good. Okay, so what I'll be doing? Everybody's I think comfortable with array. So first I'll implement queue using array. Okay, we'll implement queue using array using linked list. Then we'll move to means our STL part that has already implemented. Because if we implement using uh, array and linked list, we'll get more clear about the concept of queue. Okay, let's say an array of size. Let's say size 5 is given. I want to create queue for it. Let's say this is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2, this is index 3, this is index 4. Okay, the size of this array is 5. As you all know that index starts with 0 and it will go up to n minus 1. So because size of array is 5, so it will go up to 0 to 4. Okay, let's say I want to create a queue and I want to perform certain operations. Means I want to define some functions of queue by our own. Let's say what are the main and important functions of queue, what I should be implementing if I'm implementing it using array. So first operation is insert an element in the queue. Let's say the queue is right now empty. I want to insert some element into our queue. Then I should be having a function for this, so that if I pass some value to it, or that value should be added into our queue. So in queue terms, what an insertion function is called? We call it enqueue. So instead of calling insert or push or pop, we call it enqueue. Let's say enqueue is there. Okay, it will be QUE again. Okay, and means we want to design an enqueue function for it, so that if I pass something uh, from its argument, let's say some value if I'm passing, that should be added into a queue. Okay, again, as well as I want to have one more function into our queue, is it should be dequeue. Okay, what dequeue will do? Let's say I want to remove at same point I want to remove something from our queue. What will it to do? Let's say this 10 needs to be removed from here and it should be completely empty now. Then I should what for this operation, what I should be having? I should be having a function called dequeue. Okay, let's say we are having a function dequeue. What dequeue will do? Dequeue will just remove this element from that. Let's say we are having 10, 20, 30 here, 40 here. So if I'm calling dequeue one time only, then only 10 should be removed and 20, 30, 40 should be in our queue only. Okay, and because it should be 20 should be here, 30 should be here, 40 should be here, because means it should be one step it should be one step forward. 20 should be here, and 30 should be here, and 40 should be here as well. Okay. Okay. After that, we'll design one more function. We'll call it is full. Means we need to check whether our queue is full or not. Let's say if we are having an array of size 5 and we are creating queue using this array. Let's say this array 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 element, 5 element is already inserted, and we want to insert some more element, and before inserting that I want to check whether is our queue is full or not. So we should be having a function that is full. It should return a bool for, let's say it should return a bool value, whether true or false. If our queue is full, it should return a true value. If it is not full, it should return a false value. Okay. After that, I'll design a function, one more function is empty. If at some point I just want to know, let's say if at some point I just want to know whether our queue is empty or not. Let's say there is no element in our queue, and we have just created this array. Means let's say uh, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, nothing is there, and we want to check whether is empty, or means is our queue is empty or not. Then it should return an true value, whether it means that our queue is empty. If it returns a false value, it means our queue is not empty. Okay. Okay. Parth is saying, sir, Hindi is comfortable if you want. Parth, I hope, I think means there are some students that are not comfortable in Hindi. So if you're not, if you're facing any problem, please do ask in the group chat. We'll try to resolve that. Okay. So one more, let's say one more function I want to design. That function, what this function should do, this function should just tell, means what is the element at the front. Let's say I'm calling it a front function. If I call front of this queue, let's say our queue is having 10, 20, 30 and 40 and 50 element. Means let's say 5 element is there in our queue, and if I'm calling this front function, what this front function should do, it should return value at the front, that value that is present at the front of our queue. Okay. Is the operations are clear? Means the functions enqueue, dequeue, is full, is empty, front. We'll design 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these are the major 5 means functions that we perform in queue. Is the concepts is clear? Means what these functions will do. Then we'll discuss each function one by one. Okay. Okay, Nanny is saying it is clear. That's good. So let's say, okay, let's discuss the algorithm for enqueue first. Then we'll be start with the code as well, side by side, so it should be more clear with you all. Let's say in the starting, what I'll do, I'll create an array, and array of size, let's say size is given 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. And if I want to perform an enqueue operation on it, and let's say I want to add 10 to it, so 10 should be added here. Let's say I'll be having two pointer, not a pointer, it's a variable. Let's say front and rear. Okay. In the starting, what this will do, this will be just having value 0. Front will be having 0 and rear will be having value 0. Okay. So if there is nothing in our array, means in our queue, so what it should do, it should just add value at that at this position, and it should increment r by r plus 1. Now f is pointing to this element, f is just a variable. Okay. F is pointing to this. Now r will be pointing to this index now. Okay. let's say again I want to add something in our queue. I want to insert something in our queue, so that value should be added at the position R, and R should be incremented by 1. Okay, and before adding these elements, please keep on checking as well, means whether our queue is full or not, because if our queue is full, it is already full, we cannot add some value, means any value to our queue. Okay, let's say 10 20, I want to add 30 here, as well as 40 here, and 50 here. Okay, so if 50 is being added here, our R will be pointing to this element, this index. That index is not present, but it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now R will be having value 5. What it means, if R is having value of size, let's say size of this queue is 5. If R is having value of the same size, what it means? It means our queue is full. We cannot add more value to our queue. Okay, and if I want to check for empty, means is empty, if R that R is pointing to currently 0. Let's say in the starting, what R is pointing, R and F is pointing to 0 if no element present in our queue. If R is equal to 0, means if we want to if we want to check whether our queue is empty or not, we can say R is equal to 0. If it's true, it should return a true value. Yes, our queue is empty. Okay, it means our queue is empty. Okay, and if I talk about our dequeue operation, let's say if we talk about our dequeue operation, let's say 10 20 30 40 and 50 is being added in our queue. Okay, and I want to perform a dequeue operation here, then 10 should be removed because 10 is added at the front. F is pointing to 10 right now. What it means? It means that it is at the front of 10 is at the front of our queue. I want to delete that 10. Then what we need to do? We just need to shift our values of array one step backward. Okay, now 20 should be here, 30 should be here, 40 should be here, and 50 should be here. Okay, as well as because R was previously R was having value of 5, but it should now have the value of this index, it should be 4, and we should be decrement our R as well. Okay, because this position will be blank currently. If you want to add something after this deletion, we can add is yes, at this time we can add some value to this position, means at the last of our queue. Okay, I hope now the operations are clear, means the somewhat algorithms are clear. Let's quickly write the code for it, so it should be more clear to you. Okay, let's say I'll be using object oriented programming. I'll be using class for it. Let's say a class is having the name q itself, and it will be having some data members called, let's say, end front, let's say rear, as well as for size, let's say I'm writing capacity for it, as well as we should be having an array. But I want to give this array, this size of this array in our constructor. So what I'll be having here, I'll be just having an pointer of int type. Okay, using new keyword will allocate some memory to it of the given size that will be given in our constructor. Let's say I'm designing a public constructor. I'm designing a public constructor because I want to use that in main function. As you all know that for constructor we use the same name as the class. Let's say this constructor will be having an size here. What it means? It means that the value that will be added here, let's say q, I want to create an object for this q, and I'll be writing some value to here, means I'll be writing 5 here. Let's say I'm writing 5 here. What it means, this means that this will go in this size. Okay, okay, let's say if I'm having this size of our array, I should be allocating some memory to our array as well. So using new keyword, I'll be allocating memory of size of type int here to our array. Now what our array will be look like? Value of so Ashish is saying value of r is index or size. Value of r, you're asking Ashish, you are asking in this. Ashish, it is not, yes, it is the index only, it is not size. Means r can have r can have index of this. Let's say r can have value 0, 1, 2. R can have value from 0 to 5, 0 to 4, any value from 0 to 5. Then now how r is equal to 5? No, Ashish, it's not. We are saying that it's an index, but when r will be equal to 5, will not access that value. We'll just check if r is equal to 5. What it means? It means the array, the queue is already full. Will not perform any operation. Means will not access this index in our array. It is just having the value 5. Will not access this value in this index in our array. If we access this index, we'll surely get array index out of bound. We cannot access this. Okay. So Ashish, okay, it is clear with Ashish now. Okay, I'll be having, okay, in the starting, let's say front, when I'm using my constructor, front is 0. In the starting, front and rear will be 0. And what our capacity will be? Capacity will be of size itself. Okay, it is as it is our class, I'll be using semicolon here. Okay, so we have created an queue of size 5 here. Can you please code in C language too? Sorry, Anushka, I'm not that much comfortable in C language. Please try to find the syntax. Means if you're facing any problem in C language, please do ask your queries in the group. I hope there are some students and there are some members from our team as well who know C very well. So they'll be guiding you. Okay. Why you have took array as a pointer? Nanny's asking why I took array as a pointer because I'm giving size of that array in this constructor. Let's say I can use, if you want, I can use an array of fixed size, but then you cannot give the size of that array into this constructor. But because I'm using here dynamic memory allocation, what it do, it just because I'm already having an array, it's an pointer. What this will do, this will just allocate 5 blocks. Let's say I'm passing 5 to it. This will allocate 5 block to that memory, means that location, that array star star. Then we'll be having an array of size 5. Okay, okay, so now I'll be creating an function enqueue. This will take an argument, let's say value, that has to be added at the in our queue. And before let's say before enqueuing this value, means before inserting this value, I should be checking whether r, because if our queue is full, we cannot add any value to it. Let's say I'll be designing a is full function, so I'll be using this function, that function here as well. Let's say if it is full, that it will return a true value. We'll design it here. Okay, if it is full, it should return that queue is already full. You cannot add any value. Okay, and it should return here as well, because the return type is void, so I'm not writing anything after return it. So what it means, this function will terminate here only. Okay, let's say first I'm designing my full function. This will return a bool value is full. What it will check, if our rear is equal to capacity. Was what Asis was asking. Asis, you are asking means how we can access that index. Will not access if rear is equal to capacity, means if rear is equal to 5, it will return true here. If it returns true here, what it will do, if it returns true, it will show a message queue is already full, you cannot add any value, and it will return from here. So the operations that we are going to write here, it will be not those will be not performed. Okay, let's say else, if rear is not equal to capacity, else means this means this function is the queue is not full. So what it will do, it will return a false that it is not full. Okay, so in the starting, rear will be 0, so this function will return false here. So this code will not be executed, so it will come here. Now I'll be writing a and okay and statement here, inserting, let's say inserting that value. Okay, so what I'll be doing now, array of rear will be that value. Okay, and I should be incremented that rear, it should be incremented as well, because if I've added something at the position 0, then rear should be pointing to 1 now. Okay, either you could write it in this way, or you could write it here only, array plus plus means rear plus plus. Okay, let's say I'm writing void dq as well. Okay, okay everyone, just if this meeting going to end in 2 minutes, if it ends in 2 minutes, just what you need to do, you just need to click on that link again. You will be able to join the meeting again. Okay, because of the limitation of Zoom, it is going to end in 2 minutes, so you need to join it again. So we'll continue from where we left. Okay, so let's continue from here now. Void dq. So okay, before deleting something from our queue, what I'll be doing, I'll be checking is empty. If our queue is empty, so if the queue is already empty, we cannot delete anything, so it should print an statement that queue is empty, you cannot delete it. Okay, let's say I'm printing this message, and I should be returning from here, because this function should terminate here, and I should be writing is empty function here as is empty. What it should do, in what will be the case when our queue is empty, if rear is equal to 0, in the starting rear will be equal to 0. In that case, if you want to delete something from our queue, then we cannot delete anything from our queue, because it is already empty. If rear is equal to true 0, then it will return a true function, true variable here. Okay, else it will return false value here. Okay, so if now it should print a message here. If it comes here, if it is not empty, it should delete something from that queue, and it should be printing a statement here that deleting. What the element will be, the element will be, because array was pointing to array plus 1 already, so what the value will be, rear minus 1. Okay, now let's say I'm having 1 2 3 4 5 values. Let's say 1 2 3, let's say 5 values. 1 2 3 4. Let's say I'm having 4 values only in our queue. So if I want to perform a dequeue, this element should be removed. So what I need to do in order to do that, so 2 should be here, 3 should be here, and 4 should be here, because our rear is currently pointing to this. Let's say it is 5. This is index. Let's say r is currently pointing to index 4. Okay, this is index 4. So I should be start a loop from index 0. 0 should be having the value of 0 plus 1, that is 1. 1 should be so 1 should be replaced with the value of 2. 1 plus 1 2. 2 should be replaced with the value of 3, that is 2 plus 1 3. Okay, so what I'll do here, for int I is equal to 0, I is less than rear, I is less than, it should be rear minus 1, because if rear is currently pointing to this element, what I want, I want my loop should run up to 3 only, up to 0 1 2, up to index 2 only. Okay, if I'm writing 4 minus 1 less than 4 minus 1 less than 3, less than 3 means 0 to 2 only. Okay, I plus plus, and in array of I, it should be array of I plus 1. Okay, and after doing this, I should be decrement my rear as well, because if 4 has came here, now our r should point to this index, so I'm decrementing my rear here. Okay, let's quickly write a function print as well, so that I can print my queue. If I want to know what are the elements in my queue. Let's say I'm writing printing elements of the queue. Okay, let's say what I'll be doing here, for int I is equal to 0, I should be less than rear I plus plus. Okay, cout array of I. If anybody gets confused anywhere, please do ask in the group chat. So I hope now these concepts are already clear with you, because we have done it a lot of times. Okay, although if anybody faces any issue regarding these codes, if you are not able to get it anywhere, please do ask your queries in the group chat. Or if you're having anything else to share, means if you're having any better solution than this, if you want to share that, you can share that as well. If you want to unmute yourself, you can do that as well, because this is a two-way, means we want to create a two-way class, means the communication should be two-way only, not only one way. Okay, let's say I'm writing a new line here. Okay, let's quickly run our code. Let's see whether we have written the correct solution or not. Let me just erase this first. Let's see. So I have already created a queue, an object of queue class, that is a small queue. Okay, what I'm doing, queue dot enqueue, I'm saying enqueue 10 into the queue. Okay, what I'm saying again, enqueue 20 in the queue. Let me copy and paste this again. Okay, so what I'm saying, 10 20 30 40. So I'm saying enqueue these 4 elements into our queue, and I'm saying print those elements. Let's see whether we have done it right or not. Queue.print. Let's see whether we have done any syntaxical error. Can we just okay, Smith is saying, sir, can't we just increment the front variable so that we don't need to replace all elements? Yes, Ray, yes, Smith, we can do that as well. We'll be doing that into, okay, we'll do that today only. That is an optimal means implementation of queue using array. We'll do that as well, okay? So what it is saying, inserting 10, inserting 20, inserting 30, inserting 40, and printing the elements of queue 10, 20, 30, and 40. Okay, let's say I'm again inserting and I'm enqueuing an element 50 here. Let's see whether we are getting from 10 to 50 or not. Okay, we are getting 10 to 50. Let's say I want to add one more element to our queue. Let's see the output. Okay, what we are getting, 10, 10 is inserting 10, inserting 20, inserting 30, 40, 50. And if I want to insert 60, what it is saying, queue is already full, you cannot add any value. Okay, so let's say before inserting 60, I want to dequeue something from our queue. Let's say dequeue something. Let's say I'm commenting out this first. Let's say I'm performing a dequeue operation onto it. So 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, we have not written any statement here. Let's write some statement here. It should write cout deleting let's say array of 0, because that will be our front element, and we all know that which item we delete, we always delete the front from our queue. Okay, let's try to run it now again. Okay, what we are getting, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 is being inserted, and after 50 we are deleting 10 because 10 is added at the front, means at the starting only. And what the element present in our queue, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Let's say after deleting 10, means after performing a dequeue operation, I want to perform enqueue operation, and I want to add 60 to our. Okay, so deleting 10, inserting 60, means if 10 is being deleted, means the size of our queue is 4 now, means there is only 4 element present in our queue. So 60 is being inserted, means we are able to insert 60. Okay, let's say I want to perform dequeue. Instead of here, I just want to perform dequeue here, means when we have created our queue and I want to delete something from our. So what it is saying, if I'm calling this function at the line number 76, because we have just created our queue and we have not added anything into our queue. So what this function is saying, queue is empty, you cannot delete anything. I hope all these functions are clear now.